Hey guys, Amy here with Profiles Backstage, and I've got your January swag bag ready. And this is Valentine's Day themed, so it is that time of year already. I cannot believe the holidays are gone and we're moving into February and spring nails. So let's go over what is in your January swag bag. So to get started, we've got our dab pigments, and if you have not used dab before, this is a great tutorial on some easy techniques and some really fun things that you can do with the dab gel. So dab gel is a chalky kind of texture. It's got a lot of pigment to it, so it is easy to use once you know how to use it. So again, the three dab gels, you've got your Magic Matte, which is super important when you're doing the dab gels. And then you've got your heart stencils and all different sizes. We've got outlines, big hearts, small hearts, all the hearts. And then last, we've got our dab tool. So this is our sponge tool. It has two different ends. It's got one end that's kind of pointy. It's got a little tip to it, and the other end is completely rounded. We'll go over when we do technique on which end we're gonna use and why it matters. So to get started, I'm just gonna swatch some tips here. The first color I'm using is Sweet Tooth. This was from the Christmas collection last Christmas. And this is a nice light cool pink, so we're gonna put that on. Our second color is gonna be Marilyn from the Babe collection, and I love the Babe colors because they are a true one coat coverage, a little bit thicker so they kind of float and self-level perfectly. And then last, we're going to use Angel, and that is also from the Babe collection. And if you're looking for a full opaque one coat white gel, this is it. It covers so well, and you don't have to worry about the consistency because even using it a little bit thicker, you're not gonna have any wrinkling at all. So let's pop these all into the lamp, and then we'll get into our design. So again, your dab gels are a thick gel, and they are kind of a creamy consistency, and they are highly pigmented. So to use them with the sponge, it's gonna give you kind of that airbrushed look without the mess of an airbrush. So in your bag, you've got the light pink, the pearl white, and then the true red here. And again, they're so pigmented and very, very opaque. So to start with, we are gonna put the Magic Matte on. It is very important to do this over a matte top coat to get that airbrush textured look. So when you're putting your matte top coats on, also make sure you're putting them on pretty thick. Matte top coats in general need to be put on a little bit thicker. That way they give you that perfect matte, that velvety consistency across the entire surface. So we're gonna put that on, and then we're gonna pop these into the light and cure these for 60 seconds. And next, you're gonna need some type of dab palette. So I like to use the disposable palette here. I am not the best at cleaning my palettes off, so this saves me time and money. So you can just rip those off and throw them away, and it's a new palette every single time without cleaning it. Love that for me. So we're gonna go in and grab our stencils, and if you just lightly bend, they pop up real easy. And we're gonna grab just a full heart. We'll do a simple one to start with, and we're gonna put 2 of the hearts on, and then we're going to dab some pigment over top of it. You don't need to press these on really well because you want these to come back off. So don't go in and press like you would a pasty sticker or something. So we talked about the 2 ends of the dab tool, the pointy end, and then there's the more rounded end. For what we're doing today, it's not really gonna matter which side you use, but if you were doing like an ombre and you just wanted to go up and have a nice, clean, even ombre, I would use the complete rounded side because that little tip there is going to leave some heavier markings. So I would use that rounded tip if you were trying to get a perfect ombre blend. But for, again, this technique that we're going over the stencil, it's not gonna matter because we're just popping it right over the stencil, and you're not gonna see where it might be heavier from the center because the center is gonna be the heaviest anyway. I hope that makes sense. So we went in and just got a little bit of the product onto our tool, and now we're just going to kind of fill the sponge with the dab gel, and I'm just gonna press it out. It's kind of hard to see with the white. You'll see it when we use the colors, but you want to make sure that it's not leaving perfect circles on your palette, because that might mean you have too much and you're not going to get that faded airbrushed look. So we're going to go right over the center of the stencil, and I don't want the whole nail to have the shimmer on it. I just want it right over that stencil. So we're going in vertical right over top of it and just pressing until I get enough product on there that I'm happy with. And sometimes we'll go back in and give it another little layer just to make sure that it is opaque enough. The pearl is beautiful because it's gonna leave the color underneath. You're gonna kind of see that, and it's just gonna give it that perfect pearl shimmer. So once we're happy with that, you can take the edge, the round part of the sponge, and just kind of blend out your areas a little bit to give it more of that airbrushed look. And once we're happy, we're gonna go in the lamp, and your dab gels are curing for 30 seconds. So we'll pop that into the light. And while that's in there, we're gonna go and do another nail. And this time we're gonna grab just the heart frame. And we are going on the white nail this time. Again, don't feel like you have to press these down really hard. We want these to easily peel off for us afterwards. So we'll add a few full hearts on there too, a couple different sizes. I mean, this, you can really customize this part of it, whatever you're looking for. And we'll go in with another smaller one. So once you've got those on there, we're gonna grab a little bit of our red, and you'll notice the red, the matte or opaque colors are a little bit firmer than the shimmer. So now we can really see how much product we've got on there. I'll fill the tip of that sponge and then just kind of go around the palette and make sure that I don't have perfect circles, because perfect circles is not what we want. We want more of a faded ombre circle, so it really looks like airbrush. So we're gonna go right over, and also remember, you can always add more layers and make it more opaque rather than taking it away. So I always recommend going in a little bit lighter and then go back in, grab a little bit more of that pigment and go back over it. So now we're gonna go back in with, actually we're gonna grab some of the pink and we'll do a little bit of pink at the top. So I'm just really getting out a lot of the product on the brush. I don't mind if the colors blend a little bit, but typically what I do is I keep all my dab tips in a little plastic container, and I will keep, if I use one for white, that's the only one I use for white. You can clean them out, but it takes a very long time for them to dry once you've got, if you try to clean it out with alcohol. So it's almost better, they're pretty inexpensive when you buy the refill packs, so it's almost better to just keep one per color, keep them in a drawer away from the light so that they don't cure in the sponge, and then you can just reuse them for each color. So now we're just going back in with that pink, and I'm just gonna blend this out a little bit. And again, once we're happy with this, we're gonna go ahead and cure for 30 seconds. All right, our red one is out of the light, and I forgot to record myself taking the sticker or stencil off. So you can see once you get underneath the corner of it, they peel off very, very easily. It's such a thin coat of gel, it's not like it adheres them down. So now we've got two perfect little red hearts. We're gonna go in and just put top coat on, and you can see that the dab gel is fully cured, so it's not moving, it's not making any of other parts of the nail shimmery. So it's fully cured on there, and how cute is that? So simple and easy, and again, it gives you that airbrushed look. And you can really see with the white and the red how opaque these are and how much it really does look like a airbrush stencil. And again, you can layer these, you could do the whole nail. The possibilities are endless with these hearts and with the dab gels. If you're looking for an easy way to do a pink and white fade, the white dab gel is amazing and it is very opaque. So I do a lot of my baby boomer nails this way in the salon. It's just so quick. This one we're gonna put matte top coat on. So instead of the shine, we'll have matte. We'll put that on and we'll cure that for 60 seconds. Now for our last nail, we did all of the hearts, but now we're gonna do it a little backwards. We're gonna use the other part of the stencil, and now our heart will be the color of the dab gel. So you're really getting use out of the hearts in the center, and you're also getting use of the outside of the heart as well. So if you take your stencils off before you cure, you can reuse these stencils. So you can put them back on the backing or on like a piece of form paper or something like that. You'll just place them on the form paper, take a little bit of alcohol and wipe off the dab that's on top of it. The ones that you did go in and cure, you might not be able to reuse those. I mean, if you just had one thin coat of dab gel on top, you probably could, but I don't reuse the ones I've cured. So we'll go back with that same stencil. And we'll go in with a little bit more of the gel. So instead of going back in the pot at this point, I'm just grabbing the gel that's on the palette. I am gonna take a little bit of red and go in the center of that other heart, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And for like precise work like that, you could use that side that has that little tip to it, just to be really precise about where you want that second color. My voice is a little sexy today. My sweet girl got married this past weekend, so I'm still recouping. Perfect. So now let's take off that stencil and we're gonna go ahead and cure this. So if I wanna place more hearts on top, but this dab gel is not cured, I want to make sure that this is set in place so that I can put another stencil over top of those. Real quick too, sometimes those stencils are small and you might get a little bit that caught the edge of it and now you've got this straight line, but I just took one of those wooden sticks and put a little cleanser on it and just kind of cleaned that. Those little wooden sticks are like a nice hack, a nice nail tech hack to have on your station. So now we'll take this stencil, and again, because the stencil is going over those hearts that we put on prior to, I did make sure that I cured those. That way, when I pulled this stencil off, it didn't pull off any of the product. And again, we'll just go in. I'm just gonna kind of use the side here so I can get a little bit more precise so I don't have to have any cleanup. But even these tiny little hearts, they come out really clean. So it's just a much faster way to do some heart art. Nice, nice, nice. Rather than painting and having to keep things very consistent. It's just very quick. Perfect. So now we will pop that in, cure that last coat for 30 seconds, and put top coat on. And now for our dab palette, we just peel this off, fold it up, throw it away. I don't even have to clean anything. It's fabulous. And those dab palettes or disposable palettes, those are on the website. They're pretty inexpensive. I think they're like $4.95, and it's 50 sheets of paper, so it takes a while to go through. And again, it just keeps my station so much cleaner. Fabulous. So we'll put that in the lamp, cure that for the 60 seconds, and here's the 3 designs we did today. I don't know, I think my favorite one is the middle one with the white background. The hearts just really pop on that one. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying your swag bags. And if you're not a swag bag member, you can pick this one up until the end of the month. Happy Valentine's Day, my sweets.